A silent crisis is unfolding across the waters of Northeast Asia as advanced warplanes and stealth vessels prepare for a collision of technology that could reshape regional security in an instant. The Republic of Korea Navy is facing an unprecedented saturation dilemma because North Korea has systematically upgraded its frontline artillery and tactical cruise missiles with cutting-edge terrain mapping and artificial intelligence guidance. This technological shift exposes older semi-active naval shields to catastrophic failure if caught in a sudden multi-domain strike, leaving Seoul with no margin for error. How can a single surface combatant hope to survive when the sky itself becomes weaponized by an autonomous swarm? The answer arrived on May 22, 2026. South Korea Defense Acquisition Program Administration officially approved a 530 billion Korean won procurement for the United States manufactured RIM-174 Standard Missile 6. These long-range interceptors are being integrated directly into the newest Aegis ballistic missile defense destroyers, specifically the lead ship of the Batch 2 fleet known as ROKS Jeongjo the Great. This critical defense decision acts as a direct counterweight to Pyongyang's recent heavy weapon tests and signals a major transformation in South Korea naval doctrine. By shifting from local defense to an expansive anti-access and area denial strategy, Seoul is extending its air defense envelope by 460 kilometers. This fundamentally redefines the maritime security balance across the Indo Pacific region. Before we go on, if you want to stay ahead of the curve on global military breakthroughs, subscribe to the channel right now and hit the notification bell. Will this multi-million-dollar American shield be enough to protect Seoul from a next-generation saturation strike? Share your thoughts in the comments below and tell me where you are watching from. To truly comprehend why this naval acquisition is a game-changer, we must dismantle the engineering marvel hidden within the RIM-174 Standard Missile 6. Developed by Raytheon, this weapon represents a masterful hybrid architecture that fuses the robust rocket motor of a traditional long-range air defense missile with the active radar seeker of the advanced medium-range air-to-air missile. This technical convergence eliminates the dangerous operational bottleneck of older systems. Instead of forcing the host destroyer to continuously illuminate targets with its own radars, the Standard Missile 6 operates on a lethal fire-and-forget principle. Once launched, it independently hunts down threats, using its own active terminal guidance, allowing a single Aegis ship to track and engage dozens of hostile entities simultaneously. When deployed aboard the 8,200-ton ROKS Jeongjo the Great, this interceptor transforms a static platform into an aggressive multi-domain asset. The weapon possesses a massive operational envelope spanning 460 kilometers and climbing 36 kilometers into the upper atmosphere. In practical terms, this coverage allows a destroyer stationed in the middle of the Korean Peninsula West Sea to cast an unbreakable defensive umbrella reaching all the way to Pyongyang airspace, while shielding crucial industrial centers in Seoul. Furthermore, the missile acts as a 3-in-1 strategic tool capable of executing fleet air defense terminal ballistic missile interception and high-speed anti-surface strikes. This versatile capability is essential for counteracting unpredictable aero-ballistic trajectories like those of North Korea KN-23 tactical missiles. By bridging the gap between low-altitude point defense and outer atmosphere shields, this American interceptor provides the vital mid-tier protection needed to secure maritime lanes. Can the integration of such automated terminal active seekers genuinely nullify the threat of unpredictable low-altitude hypersonic flight paths? The integration of this 3-in-1 interceptor onto South Korea premier Aegis vessels drastically recalibrates the entire geopolitical chessboard of Northeast Asia. By deploying this advanced long-range asset, Seoul effectively completes a critical maritime layer of the Korea air and missile defense network. When functioning alongside outer atmosphere interceptors, this newly established defensive shield transforms the waters surrounding the Korean peninsula into a highly contested environment. This deployment introduces a formidable anti-access and area denial barrier that directly challenges the offensive calculations of regional adversaries. This strategic shift has sent immediate shockwaves through neighboring capitals, altering long-standing military doctrines and accelerating an intense regional arms race. Pyongyang has reacted with fierce condemnation through its official state media, characterizing the naval integration as an intolerable military provocation. In direct response to this perceived Western pressure, North Korea has vowed to accelerate the deployment of its own cutting-edge artillery and tactical cruise missile systems along the border. Meanwhile, regional heavyweights, Moscow and Beijing, view this development as a thinly veiled expansion of the United States' global missile defense architecture. Analysts argue that this advanced network binds Seoul closer to Washington and Tokyo through integrated tactical data links, creating a unified trilateral front. This tightening alliance structure risks deeply polarizing the Indo Pacific into opposing military blocs. As South Korea projects its naval power further from its shores, the traditional buffer zones that once maintained a fragile peace are rapidly dissolving. Will this trilateral integration of high-tier naval shields successfully deter asymmetric aggression, or will it inadvertently compel adversaries to field even more destabilizing non-conventional delivery systems? Despite the immense strategic promise of this newly fortified naval shield, a critical operational bottleneck remains hidden beneath the triumphant headlines. While the official procurement timeline has been adjusted to extend through the year 2034, global industrial realities cast a long shadow over actual readiness. Severe defense supply chain constraints sparked by massive interceptor consumption across major international flashpoints mean that American production lines are pushed to their absolute limits. Consequently, the actual volume of high-tier ammunition delivered to Seoul in the initial phases will remain heavily restricted. In a sustained multi-domain conflict, this limited inventory could be completely depleted within the first 48 hours of intensive combat, leaving these billion-dollar surface combatants highly vulnerable. This creates a dangerous gap between theoretical defense capability and real-world endurance. While one advanced interceptor can successfully nullify an incoming threat, it cannot overcome the pure mathematical reality of a saturation strike. If an adversary unleashes hundreds of low-altitude autonomous cruise missiles and heavy artillery rockets simultaneously, the defensive network faces a hard physical limit. The profound strategic lesson here is that technology alone cannot replace mass and industrial endurance. True deterrence is not achieved merely by purchasing an advanced weapon system, but by sustaining the industrial capacity to survive a prolonged war of attrition. This reality reshapes the entire concept of security in the Indo Pacific, proving that a shield is only as strong as the supply chain supporting it. As the technological gap narrows, the true test of regional stability will depend on endurance rather than initial sophistication. If electronics and software can be overwhelmed by sheer numbers, can a nation truly achieve absolute security through a high-technology defense strategy alone?